Welcome to episode 46 of the Crazy Sock Lady podcast. My name is Kay, and this is my podcast all about my knitting adventures and currently a lot of moving craziness, which we'll probably talk about a good little bit today. Today is May 23rd, and I am coming to you from Havelock, North Carolina, where I currently live with my husband and our 2 sons and our 2 dogs. And this will be the very last episode from North Carolina. That's pretty crazy. If you are new to the podcast, if you've been watching for a while, you know all about the moving. But if you are new, we are moving next week to Surprise, Arizona, which is right outside of Phoenix. So we are in full moving prep. Everything that is normally back here is not, because this room is kind of the catch-all at the moment. We will talk all about moving later on in chatter, but let's go ahead and jump in with some knitting stuff. I wanted to make sure that I recorded this week so that there would not be a huge break, because I'm kind of thinking with the timeline of things, there might be like 3 or 4 weeks maybe of a break. Maybe not, and I may do some little vlogs here and there. If anyone would be interested in the vlog, like a vlog of the move, let me know in the comments below. But yeah, there might be about a 4-week window with no episode, possibly. If I have time, I might try to do one from the hotel, but we'll see. I don't know how crazy things are going to get and exactly when we're going to be, the movers will be out there with our stuff in Arizona, so we shall see how things work out. But I did want to go ahead and record today to show you guys what I have been working on so that I can finish packing up my knitting stuff. So let's jump right in with all of the knitting goodness. Little sip of coffee first out of my Arizona You Are Here mug. Pretty fitting considering that's where I will be June 1st. That's crazy to think about. But okay, first I should probably let you know where you can find me. I feel like this episode is going to be a little crazy because that's how my brain feels right now. A little crazy. But you can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as The Crazy Sock Lady, and we do have a group for the podcast on Ravelry. If you go to the groups tab and search Crazy Sock Lady Podcast, you will find it there. If you don't feel like doing all of that, you can just go down below here in the down bar on YouTube, and you're going to find links to everywhere that you can find me, as well as show notes for the podcast. So Ravelry group info, let's go ahead and go through mostly everything that's going on over there in the Ravelry group. If you have not joined us over there, I highly recommend it. That's where you're going to find all kinds of good stuff. Knit-alongs, giveaways, swaps. Everything that's going on is going to be over there. So I highly recommend you heading over and check that out. We do have a questions and answers thread on Ravelry, so if you have any questions that you would like to have answered on the podcast, you can put those in there. There's also a coupon codes thread if you're looking to do some shopping, or if you're a maker and want to offer a coupon code. You can head over and check that out. Right now in the group we have 2 Swapless Swaps that are open. If you've not participated in a Swapless Swap or heard of them, what they are, you receive a bag of minis. So you pay in, it's $35 to $45 depending on where it is shipping to, and you receive a bag of minis. Each month is a different yarn dyer. This is the one that was for last month. I just received it last week, and this was Muddled Collars was the yarn dyer. So you receive a bag of 40 yard minis, 10 40 yard minis. It has the yarn dyer's name, the colorway names listed, and right now we have 2 going on. So the one that, I'm looking at my show notes over here, the one that is due June 15th is with Owl About Yarn, and we have 22 spots available in that one. And then we have one due July 15th that is with 4 Boys Fiber, and for that one we have 24 spots available. And I thought I would take a minute to show you guys, I've shown it before, but just for any new viewers that we may have, I want to show you guys what I do with my Swapless Swap minis, my plan for them. So I have this project in a bag, a Doctor Who bag that was a gift from Molly of Molly Klein Design, and it's somewhat outgrowing it. I'm eventually going to need something bigger, but it still fits for now. So when I go to use my bag of Swapless Swap minis, what I do, I just wound one up, so I'm going to show you guys here. I make a magic knot ball, and I just use, I cannot remember what YouTube video I learned how to do a magic knot on, but if you just go on YouTube and search magic knot, you're going to find the ways to do it there. So I just create a magic knot ball using all of the minis that are in one bag, and then I'm adding it to my Bits and Bobs blanket. That is it so far. It's getting pretty big. I did just a little bit, about a mini and a half worth this past Sunday for Scrappy Sunday. If you're not familiar with Scrappy Sunday, it's just basically the idea that on Sundays you work on your scrappy projects. If you're on Instagram or anywhere, you can use the hashtag Scrappy Sunday. So that's what I did this past Sunday. I did a lot of other things around the house, but that's the scrappy project that I got done. Was about a mini and a half, and I got the ball that I just showed you guys. I got that ready because I'm going to pack this up and it'll go in the car with Eric out to Arizona so that I will have it for some of my hotel knitting. We'll talk about that later. My hotel knitting is a little bit out of control. I'm a bit of an overpacker, and I think I'm going to have more time than I ever do, but better to be more prepared than not prepared enough. But yes, I just wanted to show you guys that so you have some idea. I mean, there's so many scrappy things that you can do with a Swapless Swap or, you know, any minis that you get. But this is just what I am enjoying doing with the minis that I get in these Swapless Swaps. So that is my Bits and Bobs blanket. Now knit-alongs. We have 2 year-long knit-alongs going on right now. The first one is the Sock Crazy Cow for 2018, and this is any socks that you make throughout the year other than baby socks. Those do not count, but any other socks, you can head over and get those entered, and we do drawings every 3 months for that one. Then we have the Crazy Sock Lady Designs make-along, and this is for any of my patterns. You can make those and enter those into this make-along, and we do drawings every 3 months as well for that one. The last knit along that I want to talk about is a new one. I posted about it on Instagram, and the threads have been open since last week, maybe the week before? I can't remember, but the threads are already up in Ravelry, and we already have quite a few finished objects, so that is super exciting to see those. This one is the Get That Knit Done Cal, and I am co-hosting this with Karen and Susan from the Full of Knit podcast, which they have a new episode out today, so if you have not checked out their podcast, I recommend doing so. I will link them down below, and there's also links in my Ravelry group to find their Ravelry group so that you can double dip for this one. The idea for this is basically just get your whips done. Those languishing whips, because I know we all have them, most of us anyways, get those done. This ends August 31st, so you have all summer, and it will end just in time to start some fall knitting, so that's pretty perfect, right? Any knit or crochet whips are going to count for this. Any whip, I'm not going to be particular about any of that. Just basically have fun, get your whips done. There's already some fun chatter going on, FOs already in the FO thread. So head over and check out the Ravelry group for that. The whips that I am focusing on, or that I was focusing on for this knit along, is my Shusui Shrug and my Mix and Match cardigan. But I did frog my Mix and Match cardigan. I love the pattern, but my gauge was off. That's totally my fault for not being a good knitter and swatching properly and you know, all that. But yeah, so I had to frog that. So right now I'm just focusing on my Shusui Shrug for the Get That Knit Done Cal. And we will talk about that in just a bit in Works in Progress. I think that is it for Ravelry group stuff. Now let's show some finished objects. And for finished objects and Works in Progress, there's usually a project page on Ravelry unless it's a new design that I have not made one for yet, but there will be links down below to where you can find those project pages if they are there. So if I forget to mention anything or you're curious about more information, head down there, click that link, should have everything right there. Speaking of new designs, I should mention, because I always forget, if I have something on the mannequin back here, I always forget to say what it is. This is a new design that I will have out. Hopefully July 1st will be the release date for that, so keep your eyes open for that. It is a triangular shaped shawl that I showed either episode 45 or 44, I can't remember which one it was, in more detail. But it is out to testers right now. So yeah, hopefully it will be out this summer. Finished objects. Let's see. First, maybe I should stick to the list. Let's do that. So first up for finished objects, I'm going to show you my Impressionist Mystery Knit Along. And I had this done last episode, episode 45, but it was not blocked, so I didn't show it to you guys then. But I finally got this bad boy blocked, and it is huge. Okay, I wanted to make sure I was showing you the right side. Look how big this is. It's massive. It is so big. So this was a mystery knit along by Helen Stewart of Curious Handmade. The yarn that I used is by Spun Right Round. It is a singles base, and this colorway is In the Pines. The gold is Kathmandu, and then this darker color is the Big Teal Wave. So this was a lot of fun to knit. This is the second Helen Stewart pattern that I have done, and I cannot recommend her patterns enough. They are so well written. I love how she has the percentages throughout to show you, how far you are on the shawl, stitch counts on every single row. And I'm someone, I don't check every single row, but I like to be able to check my stitch counts and know what they are occasionally throughout the pattern. So her patterns are amazing. And it was not a difficult knit at all. Very big. I mean, once you get to this last bit, you have so many stitches on your needles, but none of it was difficult at all. Lots of garter, some lace, nothing crazy intricate. This one was a lot of fun to do. I truly cannot recommend her patterns enough. I have so many more of her designs that I would like to do, and I would really be comfortable doing another mystery knit along with her again, because everything that she does is so stunning. So yes, that is my Impressionist Mystery Knit Along. And I am happy that I got it done before we moved. That was a goal. Get it done before we move so I can get it packed up, which I think I'm actually... Amy from Amy's Knotted Knits podcast, I commented that I was blocking mine on her finished objects pictures of hers. And she's like, oh, now you'll have a shawl to wear in the cold airport. So I think I'm going to take that and wear it on traveling day on June 1st. I think that'll be perfect. And I hadn't even thought about that, so thanks Amy for the idea. Okay, my next finished object is a pair of socks for Wyatt. These are out of Knit Picks Felici in the Spaceman colorway. And it's just a basic vanilla sock, and I've had a couple of questions about what pattern do I use for Wyatt's socks. I don't use a specific written pattern. I just cast on 56 stitches. That's what works for him on a US 1 2.25 millimeter needle, and then it is just a plain vanilla sock with a gusset and heel flap, rounded toe. That's just what works for him, and he likes shorties, which is great because they don't take hardly any time at all. Tiny feet, shorties, perfect. So those are done, and I have yarn in a bag over there to start another pair for him. I just have not done it yet because I have 2 more pairs of socks that I'm trying to get done before we move to have them off of the needles. So we'll show those here in a moment in whips. And I did finish my pair of Rhinebeck Rumi socks. I don't think they were done. No, they weren't done last time because I finished them the night before Mother's Day. So my mother-in-law came to visit Mother's Day weekend, and I had started the Rhinebeck Rumi socks for her for Mother's Day, and I got them done Saturday evening. Yeah, that was cutting it close. But I will insert a picture here of those. I adore doing that pattern in self-striping. I think it just looks so crisp and nice with the stripes. I don't know, that's definitely one of my favorites because self-striping a lot of the times most people, and myself included, just do a vanilla sock, but I love this Rhinebeck Roomies pattern for self-striping yarn. It's great in any yarn. It gives a nice kind of like a ribbed textured design to it, and they fit so well. I love the fit of every single pair of Rhinebeck Roomies socks that I have done. And that is a design of mine that you can find on Ravelry. I will link it down below if you are interested. But yeah, I gifted those to her for Mother's Day and she loved them. And I did those on a US1 2.25 millimeter needle. And the colorway, Snippix Felici, Cheshire Cat, I believe, is the colorway. Lots of Felici. You're gonna see some more Felici here in Whips. I'm itching for the new colorways. Still no word. Meg from Bad Wolf Girl Studios thinks it's gonna be in June. I'm hoping she's right, and I'm hoping it's after we are into our house. That's my hope. We shall see. My last finished object to show you guys is a brand new sock design that will be out June 1st, if not before. I might release it earlier, not sure, but by June 1st. So these are the Road to Home socks. The yarn that I used for this was sent to me from Knit Circus Yarns, and the colorway, I believe it is As You Wish. I have the tag over there. If I'm wrong, I will correct myself right down here, but I think the colorway is As You Wish. So they do a lot of gradient yarns, and I did these backwards because they come in 2 individual cakes. This was 75 grams total because the kits are in different sizes. So this was a medium sized set, 75 grams total. And I did one, because they're cuffed down, I did one starting with the teal and going into the pink, and then the other one I started with the pink and went into the teal. So I thought it would be fun to kind of have them flip-flopped a bit. I really show you the design. I'll take the sock off and really show you the design, but look at these sock blockers. So these were a gift from my friend Donna in my Friday knitting group, and she ordered these from Burning Impressions. I was blown away. She gave these to me as a going away present, and I cannot get over, I still just look at them and I'm kind of in awe of these. They are so perfect. I adore these. Okay, now let's take a look at the sock pattern. So like I said, they are cuff down. It is a cuff down sock pattern. And it's just a super simple texture. It's not really an intricate design. It just gives a little bit of a texture down the front. And I do have it down the back of the little shorty here because they are shorties. So with the 75 grams, that's all that I could get. So I wrote it for kind of a shorty sock pattern or a shorter leg anyways. They're not super short, but you can of course do the leg any length that you want. So here is the design down the front of the sock. And as you can see, it's just kind of 3 zigzag textures. And then it does have a little bit of detailing down the side as well. So it's just something fun, simple, to kind of keep you interested as you're doing a sock. Like I said, these are called the Road to Home. Thought that was fun with the zigzag lines down the front. Thought it was kind of fitting, the 3 zigzags down the front, you know, thinking of our family and our road to home and all of the moves that we've done. So I thought that was a super fun name to use for this. So this pattern, like I said, it will be out June 1st, no later than June 1st. So yes, I hope that you guys are excited about that. Like I said, it's not a really intricate, detailed pattern, just something super simple. Lots of plain knitting rounds, just to kind of keep your interest as you're doing a little sock. So that one is very beginner friendly. This little bit down the side is the hardest part of the sock, and it is not hard at all, but the rest of it is just a lot of knit and purl stitches. So now let's show some works in progress. So my first one I have in a bag that was a gift. My friend Karen made this. I have her and Tanya, we went out to lunch and they had a little box of going away presents. So I will show that here in just a moment, but this was included in it. Cute little sheepy bag. There's that fabric on the inside, and I love the drawstrings that are the ribbon, ruler ribbon. I think that's so fun. So, and on here, let me show this too. We have a pin that says Maryland 2018, and I ordered this from Matterroot because I completely, I didn't even think, like I knew I wanted to go to Matterroot, but once we were there, I just never even thought to find their booth, and we did not see it. And then they posted that they had some of these left. So I ordered one for myself, one for Tanya, and one for Karen to kind of commemorate our trip to Maryland. So in here I have my May Desert Vista Dye Works socks, and I'm doing the Winnie the Zombie Pooh colorway this month. And so far, okay, last episode I said I was going to do these afterthought everything, and I didn't. I got down to where I was gonna mark for the toe, and I was just, I don't know, I don't have the brain space this month. Not that afterthought everything is harder than doing an afterthought heel, I just didn't have the brain space. So I went ahead and just finished off this one. I still have to put the heel in. I have marked for the heel back here, which will be an afterthought heel using the Kirby Werby YouTube tutorial. So that's the first one, and I have my markers every 10 rows down the front. And I've got the second one going. I don't think I've marked for the heel yet. Nope, not yet. So that's where I'm at on the second one. And I'm doing these magic loop on my ChiaoGoo US 1 2.25 millimeter needles. And on here I have, these were another gift that was in the box from Karen and Tanya. It's a North Carolina Progress Keeper and a Cactus Progress Keeper. So those went right on this sock since they're in the bag from Karen. So I'm hoping to have these done. I'm going to a knit night tonight, and then at a newer shop down in Morehead City. I can't remember the name of it. I'm going to put it right down here. This will be my first time going to it. So I'm going with Karen and Tanya. So I'm hoping between that and Friday I'll be able to get this pair of socks done, and you know, some knitting around the house as well. This pair of socks done and the next pair of socks that I'm going to show you. That's the goal, because I would love to have these two done before we hit the road for Arizona. Those ones have to be done, these ones, because they, for that knit along, they have to be done this month. Okay, next work in progress I have in my popcorn bag from the Yarn Parlor, and these have been a whip for a really long time. So I guess they could totally count for the Get That Knit Done cow, because I cast these on, we did that, we went and saw Star Wars like December or January. When did that come out? I don't remember, but that's when I cast these on. And I finally have one done. So this is another Knit Picks. This is, I think this is Soft Serve. Let me double check. Yes, this is a Soft Serve. And again, I want to mention, because I show, you know, I have a ton of the Fleechy. I love it. I love knitting socks with it. And I always feel kind of bad when I show it, because that is getting so blown out. There we go. That's a little better. But I always feel bad when I show it, because it's not available anymore. You know, they only have the certain ones. They release them when they're done, they're done. So I always feel bad showing it. But like I said last time, check Ravelry D-Stash, guys. Check it. Because so many people have been doing that now, and they've been able to find some fleechy collars. So definitely, if you see a fleechy that I share, anyone shares, and you want to try to find it, check Ravelry D-Stash. So yes, one is done. Again, I do my markers every 10 rows. I did these cuff down, US 1, 2.25 millimeter, slip stitch heel flap and gusset, and these will be for me. I'd kind of thought about just putting them aside for a gift, but again, I just didn't have the brain space to do a different size. I just did my normal size that I do for myself. The second one, I just started the heel flap. I think I'm only 4 rows into the heel flap. So that's where I am on it. And I am doing these on my Leica, however you say it, needles. And like I said, US 1, 2.25 millimeter. So hopefully these will be done before we leave. In this bag from Donna of In a Pickle Knitting. Love this bag. I have my Shisui Shrug in here, and this is a pattern by Suzanne Summer. And the yarn I'm using, let's say that first, is by Yarn Cafe Creations in her Smoky Gray and Thorn colorways. And I'm finally, because I have 2 of each color, these are still my first ones, and I'm finally getting down to the last bits. I kept just feeling like they were never ending balls of yarn. And I have gotten a good bit done on this since the last time that you guys saw it. So here is, I don't know what the best way to show this is going to be. This will be the back, and then down here I've started the sleeve increases because the Shisui Shrug is kind of like a mix between a shawl, I don't know, it's like a shawl that has sleeves, kind of like little half sleeves. They start like right here and go down. So I've got the sleeve increases going, and I am almost done with the sleeve increases, and then I'm going to split for the sleeves. So yeah, that's the cute little sleeve increase. The back of it. So this is how it will look on. And you can see the sleeve increases are gonna come right down there. So yeah, kind of hard to show, but I'm so excited. You've watched for a while, you know one of my favorite ways to wear my shawls is, I always say grandma style, just around me like this. So the thought of having something that has sleeves, and then maybe it won't be, because a lot of the times when I wear my shawls like this, they're constantly, you know, falling back or having to kind of tie them some way to try to keep them on my shoulders while I'm around the house doing stuff. So I think this will be perfect. I'm so excited. And I thought last night, I was working on it and I thought, I probably don't have that much further to go once I split for the sleeves, right? Yeah, I got a ways to go still. This thing is kind of a beast, but it's a gorgeous beast. And I love these 2 colors together. I'm so pleased with how I love this pink. It's her Thorn colorway. And I love how it's not a super bright pink. It's kind of more of like I would say like a dusty pink. I don't know. I'm not very good with describing colors, but I love it. And I'm not a huge pink person, but this is a shade of pink that I am so drawn to, especially here lately. And then when you pair it with the gray, I think it just, I don't know, they play very, very well together. It tones down that pink even more. If you flip it, you can see the pink shows more on the inside. But I'm so happy with it. So the Shisui Shrug is going to be my main focus for the Get That Knit Done cow. I won't need it in the summer in Arizona, maybe in the air conditioning, or if we go to the movies or out to dinner or something. I always like to have a little something to throw over because the air conditioning gets me every time, but it definitely won't get a ton of wear in the summer. So I can work on it throughout the summer, have it done, and maybe it can be one of my knitted items that I take to wear while I'm in New York for Rhinebeck. That would be fun. So that is it for works in progress. As far as mail and like a stash enhancement segment, I don't really have a lot today. I did receive the pin that I showed you guys in the mail from Matterroot, and I'm trying to think what else, because everything is basically packed up in here. I received some yarn from Faith of 4 Boys Fiber for a new shawl design. It is caked up, bagged up, packed up in a duffel bag, and ready to go to Arizona. I have it in my bag of projects to work on over the next couple of months. You know, like hotel knitting, and then stuff to work on when we're in the house, but I don't have all of my yarn and stuff unpacked yet. I kind of have all of those projects planned for now. We'll see. But yeah, so I didn't get it back out of the bag to show, but you guys will see it soon, because that's something I'm planning to start once I get to the hotel in Arizona. But I did want to show you the going away present that I received from Karen and Tanya. So they put it in this box because they knew I've been looking for a box for my box of socks, all of my Desert Vista Dye Works. So I think that this is going to be perfect. I don't have them in here yet because I wanted to show you guys everything that was in here. So I've taken some of the things that were in the gift out already. You already saw the bag. There was a gauge checker, and it had like a needle that you could check your needle sizes. I'm trying to think what else. The progress keepers, you saw those. But then there was also some Barnyard Knits, which is the yarn dyer that I have really wanted to try for such a long time. But I've never tried her yarn. So this is Stone Harbor is the colorway name, and it's on their 75-25 Superwash Merino Nylon blend. Gorgeous grays and greens. Love it. So there was that. And then a cute tiny little bowl for progress keepers or notions. So cute. And then this, which they picked up at Maryland. I guess they were very sneaky. A Doctor Who. This is actually, you can put a bowl in it, like if you're eating soup or something, or even ice cream, you know, something that you want to keep your hand from getting too hot or too cold. And we've even used these, put bowls in them and put them in the microwave. We have a couple of, it's like a floral fabric ones that I have in the kitchen. But I might use this one for yarn. I might use it as like a yarn bowl because it's Doctor Who. And I love it. And there's this pretty necklace that you put, it opens up kind of like a locket would. And you can probably use that as a locket if you really wanted to. But there is a little piece of felt in here, and you put the felt inside of the heart and put your essential oils on it. So it's a diffuser necklace. So I thought that was super cute. So like I said, and some of this stuff I've already taken out and dispersed in different areas. But I wanted to show you guys the sweet little gift from them, and I am so excited to try this Barnyard Knits. I have zero idea what it will be, but it's gorgeous. Yeah, she's a dyer that I have oohed and awed over many times, but I've just never gotten my hands on it, so I'm excited to have a skein of it. So that is pretty much it for the knitting today. So just a little bit of chatter to end the episode here, let you guys know what all is going on. So we are so close to moving day. So close. This room, like I said, it's become the catch-all. It's insane in here. I went through Saturday, I think it was Saturday, and I'd shown on Instagram stories like the huge Ziploc bags to put my yarn in so that the movers can then just box the yarn up, and it'll be protected in the bags. So I did all of that, bagged up all of the yarn. I'm looking at it over here. The yarn, all of my project bags. I have a bag of those. I have a plastic tote container thing with notions, needles, all that type of stuff. So I just have a couple of odds and ends around the room that I still need to pack up. Like when I'm done with these socks, you know, I can pack up the mini that's left in the bag, little stuff like that I still need to pack up. But basically this room is done and ready for the movers to come in, which they will be here 1 week from today. The packers will be here that day to go through the house and pack everything up, get it ready for the company to come load everything onto the truck, and that'll happen next Thursday. And then we have the final walkthrough of this house because we're renting this house. So we have the final walkthrough with property management Friday morning, and then we leave. Our flight is at 12:40. So we are definitely at the final countdown point here. It's kind of crazy to think about. A little over a week. So this Friday will be the boys' last day of school, Eric's last day of work on this base, and then my last knitting group meeting. So sad. So all of the lasts all in one day. There will be lots of emotions, I am sure. But on the table over there I have a duffel bag and a tote bag ready to go into the car with Eric. The duffel bag has project bags in it. All of the projects, it's all will be new cast-ons, just stuff that I would like to do over the next couple of months. A new shawl design, 2 cakes of yarn for new sock designs. I'm trying to think what else. And then a couple projects ready for garments, not designs by me, but other garments that I'll do that we'll talk about when I start them. So everything is ready to go with the needles in the bags, ready for me to get to Arizona and start it. So my travel knitting, I am just planning on taking the kit that I showed last week, or not last week, but last episode, from Amy of Little Tailoress, the self-striping yarn, and then I will also have my June self-striping Desert Vista Dye Works socks. So those 2 will be my travel knitting for the flights out. So I think that's going to wrap up episode 46. I hope that you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, be sure to give a thumbs up. It just helps get the video out there in recommended areas to other people who may be interested. And if you have not subscribed, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. That's going to let you know when there are new episodes out. So yes, like I said, that's going to wrap up today's episode. I'm going to go get cleaned up here, this mess, and finish packing a couple of little things in this room that I had held out to show you guys. The next episode will there's probably going to be a little bit of a break. Usually it's every 2 weeks, might be 3 or 4. If you guys would at all be interested in a vlog of the move, let me know. I don't know what the interest would really be in it. I don't know how exciting it would really be. But I like to see everyday kind of boring everyday stuff in people's lives. So I don't know. If there is enough interest, I would definitely try to vlog for you guys our moving process and getting into the new house and all of that fun stuff. So just let me know in the comments below, vlog or no vlog, let me know. And I will see you guys again, hopefully sooner rather than later. But definitely, if you want to keep up to date with things that are going on, Instagram is the place to do it. That is where I am most active. Again, you can find me as the Crazy Sock Lady on Instagram. So there will definitely be updates on Instagram throughout the move. So that is the place to watch if you want to keep up to date with what is going on. And keep your eye out for the new sock pattern, Road to Home, that will be out by June 1st. So I hope that you guys have a good little bit of time until I see you again. I hope you get lots of knitting done, and I will talk to you guys soon. Happy knitting. Bye.